Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to a new video. So today's video is going to be all about hair. I asked on social media if you guys wanted this particular video to be ASMR style or made for my second channel, and ASMR won out. So here we are. Tonight I'm going to be talking about my red hair. It is a very asked about topic in my comment section, in messages, so I figured I would tell you a bit about my red hair care, some tips that I use, some common questions I get, things of that nature. And of course, we'll be looking at my hair, but also for today, you have red hair too. So we're going to be working a little bit and giving your red hair a bit of attention as well. Okay. So as I said, I get a lot of questions about my red hair, so I figured I would make this video addressing some of those questions or comments. So most importantly, I am not a hairstylist. I am not a professional, so let's keep that in mind. Any of my tips or tricks or anything like that have come from professionals because I am not a hairstylist. I didn't go to beauty school, guys. So that's always important to remember and to keep in mind. So red hair is not my natural color, obviously, but some people do ask me if red is my natural color. It is not my natural color. My natural hair color is actually a dark brown. You can kind of see my eyebrows. It's a dark brown. So I used to, I'm just gonna comb your hair a little bit, okay? I used to think my dark brown hair was pretty when I was younger, but I think the color now is kind of ugly, at least from when my roots come in. I'm not a fan of the brown color it is now. Not a fan of it. I don't think it's a very pretty. I mean, I really like some chestnut browns or even pretty dark browns, but the color that mine is naturally, I just don't think it's very pretty. As of yet, I do not have gray hair, at least in my roots. Time will tell when that happens. I hear a lot of different times that people start getting gray hairs. So I don't think people in my family really had early gray hairs, but I have been asked before if I dye my hair to hide grays, and not right now. I mean, I am only 26 though, so my grandmother actually has really beautiful naturals like silver hair. So if I have to go gray or silver, I would really like to get her hair, but I don't think that's how genetics work. But we're getting off topic. My natural hair is a dark brown. I haven't had my natural hair color in a while because red is my favorite hair color to have. So I dyed it red when I was younger and I liked it, and then I went a couple different ways. I did some crazy colors. I did back to brown. I did some red and black, different things. But then a couple years ago I obviously went back to red, and I haven't got rid of it since. So a lot of you will, if you've followed me for a few years, I started this channel here as a blonde, like Marilyn Monroe blonde, or Khaleesi blonde, as everyone used to call it. It was either Marilyn or Khaleesi, and it was very bleach blonde. And then to start the red process, I'll show you guys some pictures because the red has changed and evolved over the years. So once my blonde was longer, we added red to the top. So it kind of faded. The top was red and then faded into the blonde. So I had that for a while as I was holding on to the blonde years, you could say. And then I got bored and chopped my hair off. So then obviously cutting my hair off left me with just the red hair. I'm also going to be brushing my hair with my brush here, okay? So after I chopped my hair off, I was left with the red, and we did variations of red from there. For a while I had to do a more subdued or natural red hair because the job that I had did not allow any unnatural colors. But as soon as I left that job, I went very bright red because I love bright red. I used to call it like Paramore red because I used to love when Hayley Williams would have bright red hair. So I used to call it Paramore red. And then from there, it's honestly changed a lot. It's always been red, but sometimes it's a bright red. Sometimes it is a darker red. Sometimes in the fall we do more of a darker red. A lighter red. I mean, it just changes a lot. And I'm obviously going to be showing you guys pictures of kind of like the red hair transformation, so you guys can see the different looks. Because, red hair isn't all just one thing. And I wouldn't say that a lot of the reds that I have don't really look like natural red hair. Like natural redheads, I think are gorgeous. I think their hair is just like really pretty. I'm jealous because I'm obsessed with all forms of red hair. But I don't know if like a natural red hair would look good on me, but then I'm also told that like any color looks good on me, so I don't know. Sometimes it's brighter, sometimes it's richer, she tries different reds on me. I'm pretty chill about it as long as we're like in the red family. Recently we've started doing obviously my hair is red here, but the top is like a violet. We've done a couple times. It does help hide the roots a little bit because of the dark violet that fades down into the red. So I do like the pairing of that. So we've done that a couple times. So about caring for red hair, if you're not familiar, red can be really hard to keep in because it can fade or bleed out to where you would need to have it redone quite often to keep it looking rich or bright or vibrant. And so I have some, I guess they're tips, but like I said, I'm not a professional. These are just some things that I do that some people have questioned or asked about. I need to say I'm very lucky. I think my hair really takes to the red. It really likes the red, and I don't think that I've had a big of issue with caring for it, as I see some people do, because everybody's hair is different, obviously. So I think my hair likes the red. So my first tip thing I do not dye my own hair. A lot of people ask that. A professional hairstylist, hairdresser, whatever you want to say, does my hair. I feel like I could never have the patience to successfully do it right, and it would turn into a hair fail video on YouTube. So that's my first thing of how I care for my hair. I feel like if I tried to use red hair dye, it would be like a bloody massacre all over my face. I just don't think I would do it successfully. But the lady that does my hair is fantastic at what she does, so I'm lucky to have her that takes care of my hair. Leave it to the professionals. I do get questions sometimes about how often I need to re-dye it to keep it vibrant, as I said, in case it fades or it bleeds, things like that. So like I said, because my hair has taken to the red so nicely, and I've had it for years now, it's very used to the red, and it keeps the color in. Of course, there's little bits of fading or bleeding, of course, but the only thing I really have to worry about are my dark roots that come in. So because of that, I can sometimes push it out like 5 to 6 weeks, or longer or shorter. It just depends on, if we try a different color and it fades a little faster, or, how my roots look. My roots are like the big concern for needing it redone. Even when it fades, the red color it isn't ugly to me. It can just maybe go from a more rich to more subdued red. So I'm not that picky. I don't need to have it redone immediately after a couple washes. Definitely not. I went ahead and I filmed a little bit of my roots because I just got my hair redone 2 days ago. I filmed a little bit of my roots beforehand so you guys could see what my roots like when they're coming in, and sometimes you can see them maybe in videos or things like that. I'm not sure, but I don't think it looks horrible, especially when we have the violet on top. It helps kind of fade everything together, but really that's all I have to worry about is touching up the roots. When I do get my hair done, she usually just has to touch up the roots, and then sometimes she'll run the color all the way through to make it more vibrant again if it's faded a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a boost, if you will. Just depends. I don't think she does my hair the same every time, because like I said, sometimes she switches products up, or sometimes it's just the roots. Sometimes she does some other things that is in hairdresser talk, and I don't speak hairdresser, so it changes a little bit, but that's really all I need to worry about most of the time is the roots. Okay, so second thing that I do to kind of help keep my hair red, I do sometimes use color protecting shampoo and conditioner. Now, I don't use it every time I wash my hair. If I do, my hair gets really greasy, so I do switch off and on. But my hairdresser has had me do a couple different color protecting shampoos and conditioners. I don't really know a lot of the names, but I know like Pravana Color Protect is one that I've used a lot, and maybe I'll like put a picture or something for you guys, but I have used that one a lot. Not every time, like I said, I switch back and forth, but I do know that a lot of people use those specific types of shampoos and conditioners just to help kind of lock the color in, and then, you know, it won't bleed as much when you wash your hair with anything like red or purple or really any sort of color like that. You're probably gonna have it bleed out when you're washing your hair. It's pretty normal, but maybe the first couple times you're like, it's like a scene from Psycho. Kind of looks like a bloody massacre, but it's okay. I also do not use some, I mean, they're kind of well-known brands, but they're like cheaper, maybe like drugstore brands, and some of them like are known to strip the color from your hair because of its ingredients, and so I avoid those, and I don't really know like offhand some of the specific names because most of the time I get my shampoo or my conditioner like the exact name from my hairdresser, so, but I'm sure a lot of salons could tell you which ones to avoid if you're trying to lock the color in, because there are some shampoos that literally just like pull the color completely out of your hair, and that's not what we want. We definitely want it locked in. Right, let's brush your hair a little bit again. So another tip or thing I do, number 3, when I wash my hair, I usually do it with warm to cold water. I like hot showers, but I avoid getting my hair in the hot or scalding water because hot water can also fade the color. So when I first started doing my hair red, she advised me to, you know, make sure you wash it in warm water, it's fine, or, you know, cooler water, so that the hot water doesn't like bleed it out, I guess. So I've just like grown accustomed to doing that. It's just my pattern now. Turn the temp down when I'm washing my hair type of thing, because even though the color is pretty locked in for me, I want to keep it as locked in as I can, so I still do these things to keep it from fading. So cooler, warm water is what I wash my hair in. Get your red hair here. Just here. Okay. this tip 4, or thing that I do, number 4. No chlorine. This is also something that I was kind of advised to avoid when I first started dyeing my hair red, even the blonde, and chlorine isn't the best for your hair, especially if you swim a lot during summer, things like that. So essentially, in pools, hot tubs, anything with chlorine, I don't get my hair wet. I don't dunk underwater in chlorinated pools, just because, once again, it can kind of help feed your hair. It can kind of suck that color out, depending on your hair, of course. That's another thing. I was told to do this years ago, and I've just kind of stuck to it. I will get my hair wet in other bodies of water if I happen to maybe go to a river or a lake or the ocean, things like that. But chlorine specifically, I try to avoid. Sometimes it's hard if someone splashes you, but I can most of the time avoid completely dunking my head, if that makes any sense. Looking gorgeous. Alright, so I believe those are my basic things that I do, kind of. My hair is also extremely long right now. I was actually asked a lot the other day, because it's straightened right now. My hair is naturally kind of curly, but it's straightened now, and I was asked so many times if I had extensions in, and I don't. I haven't cut my hair off the last couple summers. I've had trims, keep it healthy, but usually when it gets hot out, I chop my hair off. But the last couple summers I haven't, and I've actually really been enjoying the length of my hair. So now I'm going to bring up some common questions, or questions that you guys sent in for this video. Maybe some things I didn't touch on. We shall see. So one I get a lot is, what color is on your hair, the specific color. So like I said, it's really hard to say, because once again, I don't do it. The professional does it, and she switches the red a lot to try different ones, or if we want to change something up. So to say that there's one red on my hair would be kind of hard, because it does get switched up. And it's also because I'm having it professionally done. I go to a salon. It's like professional colors that you would get from a hairdresser's supply house of sorts, right? It's not like Manic Panic, which is more accessible to everyone, right? So I don't know what exactly is on my red hair. If you really want to know the red that she has most recently used, like right now, it's this red with the violet at the top. I can try and ask her, see if she knows which one she used last, but like I said, it's kind of a mixture, and then it's like the professional stuff, whatever that means. Let's see. Does it bleed? Yes, so it does bleed, especially a couple times after I get it retouched up in the shower. It will bleed a little bit, nothing crazy, but it's a little bit red. I do know that some people have issues with red hair bleeding onto clothing or their pillowcase. I've seen videos where people have a specific pillowcases they use because their red hair bleeds. I've never had that issue, but that's just me personally. My pillowcases aren't ruined, but my hair towel is a different story. This is my hair towel. It's my red hair towel. It started as baby pink, and now it has red blotches all over it, but it's like my designated hair towel, so it's fine. But that's really the only thing that I've noticed bleeding wise. And then other things, like I said, I avoid the chlorine or other things that might make it bleed a little bit, right? So this is kind of a step away from the red hair, but I get this so much. Will you go back blonde? And blonde was fun, but if I'm being totally honest, the upkeep of blonde hair is so annoying. Okay, not for everybody, but as I said and showed you, I have dark brown roots. So I get my hair done the next week, I have dark brown roots that are showing with the blonde. Now granted, I wouldn't need to go such a platinum blonde as I did last time. I could do, a more natural blonde, but it would still show up so fast. It's just the upkeep is annoying, and it's hard to hide that with blonde unless you kind of did like an ombre look of sorts. Maybe could help hide it, but I don't know. It was fun to have it, and I just don't think I would do it again, at least not right now. Maybe in the future. The process to get it there is also just like so crazy. Once again, I was having professionals do it, so I went that Maryland blonde with like pretty much keeping my hair really healthy, which is like pretty lucky, obviously. We kept it trimmed, so any like dead ends or damage from bleaching your hair, because bleaching your hair will cause damage, guys. But like the process of getting there was just like so insane. I don't think I'll go blonde again. I'll wear a wig instead. Will you go back to your natural color? So, as I said, I think my natural color is kind of ugly. I don't know why. I don't have a problem with brown. I actually, for roleplay month, when I wore the brown wig for Alex Voss, I like that color. So maybe I would do that color, but the specific brown that my natural hair color is, I don't think I would do, because I don't think it's very pretty. Let's see. You look awesome with red hair. Is that your favorite color for hair? Yes. Yes. Not just on myself. I love like seeing red hair on others. I think red hair is just gorgeous, so it is my favorite color to have. Do you have to dye it again to keep the color as vibrant? So kind of like as I said, that depends on how fast it fades, how my hair takes the color, what I do, things like that. Most of the time it's just the roots, but then we do, I sit in a chair, she does it. She runs color through all of it as well to make it more vibrant, and 5 to 6 weeks, maybe. Sometimes I go longer, sometimes I go shorter, depending on my schedule. But most importantly, it's usually the roots to keep those, not brown. But then, of course, if she's doing the roots, then she can make everything else a little bit more vibrant at the same time. So, I guess yes and no. How do you keep it from fading? Washed mine 3 times and it bleeds like I'm dying. Oh no! So like I said, I wash it in the cool or warm water, not hot. I avoid chlorine. I use the color protecting shampoo and conditioner, every few times that I wash my hair. I also know that there are some conditioners that have red dye in them that you can use every now and again. So when you wash your hair, you're kind of making it more vibrant as take a shower. I don't personally use those, but I do know some people that do use them, so that might be something to look into, maybe, to see if that would work for you a little bit. My experience when, I really started going full red was it took a couple times to fully lock in the red into my hair to where it stopped fading a lot. It was just there. It was red. It stayed. But everybody's hair is going to be different. So those are my tips of how things I do to stop things from fading, basically. A stylist might have a better answer to that question. Would you ever, or have you, dye or dyed your hair a non-natural color? Blue, green, etc. Yes, I have. I had a full hair of violet, like a dark purple. And then I also did a pink, which is very strange considering I'm not a big pink person, but I had pink hair. It had some hot pink, it had some bubblegum pink, I had pink hair. And I would love to, at some point, do blue hair. The wig that I got makes me really want to try blue hair sometime. I think it's so pretty, but I also hear blue is so hard to keep in your hair. It can fade and bleed so fast, so it's like, do I want to do that? Do I want to make my poor stylist do that? But at some point in my life, I would love to have blue hair. Does it take a lot of work to keep your hair red? And I say it a lot, but you rock the redhead look so well. Well, thank you. I think that I'm lucky because I hear about some horror stories of how fast red hair can fade. And I don't know if it's like the tips my stylist have given me or because I leave it to the professionals or what it is, but I don't have to do that many extra things with my hair. I mean, like I said, it's those couple tips that I do to try and keep my hair vibrant and healthy. I don't think it's that hard, really. So maybe my hair is just easy. Maybe it's taken, to the red a little bit better. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's that hard to care for. What is the shortest length your hair has been? And I think it's this one. I'll insert it. This is like a year out of high school, I believe, and that's like a brown. I don't think it's my natural brown, but it's a brown. And still I had a little bit of red because I love red, a couple red streaks, but it was pretty short up the back, and then it went longer in the front, but it was very short in the back and then kind of like faded down. That's probably the shortest haircut that I've had. One day I may have a pixie cut, not like a full pixie, but a shorter look, maybe. I tell myself that sometimes, but I also think my face is too round for such a short look. I don't know. Have you ever considered cutting your own hair for an ASMR video? I would never cut my own hair. That's a bad choice. Never done it, never will. And so I would most definitely not do it for an ASMR video. No. So those were some of the most common questions that I get about my hair. Of course, since I just had it done a couple days ago, it's all bright and shiny, and I love it when it's like this. And she straightened it for me, so it's super long. It's very long. All my hair though, not extensions. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this hair video ASMR style, and that you enjoyed having red hair here for a bit as well. You're a gorgeous redhead. Just like Ariel. Alright, lovelies. Thank you so much for watching.